So welcome to my channel, ladies and gentlemen, and this is my first replay analysis that I will be going through. I did take up this project I think a week back and got only 3 replay submissions till now. So out of them I did choose one which is submitted by RatZ DotA. So bringing into that game, let's go to the match ID and probably it is this one. Lion RatZ, yes. I am just going to load the game and keep. Till then I can talk about the rest of the analysis that I will be talking about. We'll just turn off my net graph so that there is no disturbance in the game. So now for the people that are watching, this is a normal pop game. The MMR isn't high, it's under the 2500 MMR bracket. So I really would not expect much from this game. I would not expect to have Trallian versus Trallian action or to have proper pulls or stuff like that. I mean, they would not control creep equilibrium and they would not take warding into a very high consideration. So stuff like that I will not be analyzing in this replay analysis because that probably might not happen. However, I am going to talk about the various item builds, the various choices, decision making and stuff like that right now. So, I mean, I won't be shocked if one of these teams have 5 carries or something like that because in all honesty, this MMR bracket is pretty low. So I am still going to analyze the replay even though the MMR bracket is really low, since it might just be a learning experience for many other viewers out there who probably might be a little shy to post such a game. So the replay going underway, we can see RatZ DotA, who I am concentrating on, is playing Lion. He did buy the courier and observer wards, so that probably makes him the solo support of this game. He does pick up some ironwoods, clarities and 2 GG branches to start off with. I mean, the inventory choice for starting off is fine. He could have had a little more stat points if he had a second support in his team who could probably buy one of the courier or the observers, or he could have a smoke of deceit that could benefit in ganking around in the early game. One mistake I see that this team has already made is it's been 30 seconds on the clock left and they still are waiting in base and trying to purchase inventory. That is really a misplay out there because by doing this, I think right now the Radiant should get both the bounty runes and already have a lead in the game. So that is going to be a slight problem for the Dire team. He has given 1 tango to the Shadow Fiend and also pulled 2 tangos to him. So he is going hardcore support and he is 2500 MMR. So the game is going to be hard for him. If I was in his position, I would never solo support because life does get really hard. He has killed Impale at level 1, which I really did not think is always a right choice. When playing a Lion, I think one should not skill any skill points early on in the game. I'm shocked. The heroes did see him out there. They could have tried to move towards him and harass him out, but instead chose to block the creeps. So coming back to the skill point, before anything happens, Lion has taken Impale at level 1. If there are heroes that he wants to gank at level 1, if there's a single hero, he would rather use a Hex, which is a 2.5 second disable, rather than an Impale. However, an Impale is useful when there's a cluster fight at level 1, which can cause you to stun more than one person. That is really beneficial. So in my opinion, I do not really think a skill point at level 1 should be taken until needed, because you never know what could be needed eventually at level 1, either a Hex or either an Impale. Anyways, moving on with this game, he has just impaled the OD and hit him normal shot. Right now, if Venomancer did use his Venomous Gale on him and OD just right clicked him down, he might have fallen, since Lion is really fragile. So he could have easily fallen out there if Venomancer and Outworld Devour had gone a little more aggressive. Again, an Impale coming, Venomous Gale being spammed on him, followed by an Astral just giving a little Harrison and pushing him back, and there he has only 1 tango left, so that just ends his regen. and that's one problem of being a solo support at a low MMR. You lose your regen really fast if you make a mistake, and that's going to cause you a lot of problems. He has placed wards, that's fine. He helps Shadowfinger ward at top rune, so both the runes are warded by both the teams. Slark did come in this lane with 2 slipper of agilities. That also I think is a wrong move to go forward. I think a stout shield would have been a much better option against the 2 range lineup. Again coming in just to provide some harass, but however, it is only a level 1 Gale, and for those of you that do not know, the Gale at level 1 does 0 damage, it only provides slow. Therefore, Lion does not lose much health and he does not need to use consumables. However, he is really at a low HP. 327 HP on a Lion will cause a death very soon. I will pause the replay and just give a brief description. Right now, RatZ DotA told me that he did make a few mistakes in this game. He did play badly early game and they did try to make a slight comeback in the middle of the game. Whereas in the late game, due to few more mistakes, things didn't go in their favor, and at the end, the Radiant team did win. So what he mainly wants me to point out is the various item builds, the various skill builds that he could have chosen, and the changes that he could have made in his gameplay that would have really probably made them win the game, or maybe caused him to die less, since his stats at the end were not so great, to be honest. Now moving on, let's see what happens. I really don't intend to watch this on fast forward speed and keep moving into ganks and move out of ganks. Lion does make his way in the trees where he is blocked by Slark. This could be disastrous for them. A 2-man Gale could clearly hit, but he does not have enough mana. And Impale does come out on Venomancer, but that's just providing more damage. Lion does fall out here, whereas Venomancer does fall. Let's see what happens after that. I mean, Lion shouldn't have walked out here in the first place, because they're 2 range heroes versus a Lion and a Slark, who are not really the strongest heroes to have in the early game phase. So if he did get caught like he did in one area, he would die. They are making a go again on the OD, but I think they should just back out now. Slark misses, Pounce, and will again die. Lion, don't come ahead. No, okay. So here's another mistake that people make. Slark had pounced onto Outworld Devour out here, which unfortunately missed, causing him to get Gale by the Venomancer. So on his return, he moved towards the trees, tried to juke around, and there was no chance he could really survive. He has 17 mana, and Outworld Devour can right click him to death with ease since he's already slowed by the Venomous Gale. So the mistake Lion does make out here, he comes ahead to try to save the Slark. So probably right now it hasn't happened as yet, but I can predict that Slark is going to die by the Outworld Devour while Venomancer right clicks off the line and gets 2 kills going in the favor of Radiant. People normally say that if I rather sacrifice my own life for a carry since he is a carry, but in some cases that is not always correct. You rather not sacrifice your life when you know your carry is going to die, because in this situation I really would not expect a Lion to go ahead because he just sacrificed his life instead of just losing one hero, and let's see if that actually happens. And Impale on Venomancer. Venomancer does get the Slark kill while he gets the Lion kill as expected. So that was a misplay by him coming ahead to save his teammate, because at that point he really couldn't. An Orb of Venom picked up by Venomancer. And he has 2 levels of Gale, so he's not going for the Ward Max build, which generally I see people do. I could focus on the other lanes, how they are doing and all, but I am mainly focusing on what the viewer wanted me to focus on. That is his own gameplay. He has a TP on his inventory and decides to walk back. If he had TP, he could have gained some more experience from the creeps that were near the tower. So that TP out there might have just been useful. He is a solo support in this game, and life of a solo support at a low MMR is really hard when his game does not go as well as it should go. He has 125 gold. The courier is still a normal courier. It hasn't been upgraded as yet because he does not have any gold. He doesn't have a boost of speed, which should be his priority item before anything else. That was one normal shot from a Venomancer, taking Lion down by almost 100, more than 100 HP with a few creep normal attacks. So a lot of damage on the Lion. He has taken skill points being 111, which is really good. I mean, every Lion should do that. By level 3, he should have 1 point in every skill. However, in my opinion, at level 7 you should max your impale with having 1 level in Finger of Death as well, because that is the most standard build and that is the most worthwhile build in my opinion. Mount even picked up by Lion, so he does get a little 200 more gold and he could upgrade the courier if he chooses to. I'm not really sure what he's doing. Maybe he wasn't concentrating much, so okay, whatever. That's irrespective. So Slark does by booster speed complete the poor man's shield, so he can survive a little more harass in this lane. On the top lane there is a Mordred and a Wind Ranger, who both probably will be trying to farm. Lion taking some normal creep damage, tanking creeps here and there, that's all good. Moving on, let's see what's going on. RatZ wand up on the OD. We're now going for face boots. And also, this is the first time I am watching this complete replay. I did see a little bit here and there to see if it was analyst worthy. However, yeah, so I'm really not sure what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, and even I am as confused as every viewer watching this the first time will be. So I can't expect much from this game. I would comment on pulling this to keep the creep equilibrium, but however in this MMR bracket nobody does that. A Gale could probably go on the line and probably might have picked him off since OD and Venom were in 2 different sections. So right now, before this normal shot goes onto him, if he does Gale the line right now, OD has power to his line, does not have boots of speed, so OD can move towards the line, right click him to death. Since if he does get Gales, he will turn around and impale and hex probably the Venomancer. So I mean, in this scenario, this should be a dead Lion, 100%. And honestly, I haven't watched this replay, so I'm not sure what happens. Again, yes, I think Venomancer does get the kill. OD does not get the kill. So, but still, it's really easily expected what could happen in such a game, because they have winning the lane really with ease. They have dominated you in levels, they have dominated you in farms, they have a high amount of damage, so they can kill you with ease. So be playing safe at that point is really advantageous. Lion has only 100 gold. I'm really not sure if he chose to make it a flying courier or someone else did. So if he did, then I really feel bad for him. Like I said, solo supporting at a low MMR is really hard, and I have tried it. I'm not saying this I'm not saying it just randomly. I have tried it and it is really hard because people don't generally listen. People only blame the supports, whereas in higher MMR, supports are valued higher and they are complimented for the games they play. So yeah, it's okay. Vivo versus SF. SF should be winning. Let's see what the last tell us. Yep, SF winning mid lane. The top lane, Mordred has only 11 creeps. Windrunner has 17 creeps, so they are completely fighting for creeps. SF walking towards bottom. They might make a move on the bot heroes. Let's see what happens. Astral already being used. He hexes the creep. Already a misplay coming in. Once the creep was hexed, it should have just backed out. A Gale missing on the Venomancer, so he can get a few right clicks off. One more normal shot and Venomancer will go down, but a bounce missing, and the Slug has missed really a lot of bounces. He has a magic stick of 2 charges, could use that and try another raise. One more shot, will he get this? In the meanwhile, Lion dives the tower with the Shadow Fiend, who did misplay. So coming back, Shadow Fiend did walk up this path from the river. While he was doing that, Lion on the other hand hexed the creep. So out there, the gank is over. You wasted a 2.5 second disable, so you must back out. They did not do that. They went for the kill. He walked up to Venomancer, hit 2 rays nicely. That was really good. He did do a lot of damage. He did need 2 more right clicks, but then he got too greedy and chose to dive the tower. Diving the tower made Lion come and save his teammate. which also made him dive the towers. So then OD just cast his ultimate on both of them, finishing off Lion since he was tanking the tower as well, while SF will continue to make a chase towards the Venomancer, who will probably go down since he does have mana after using the magic wand. So probably a 1-for-1 exchange, but that too I don't think it's really that worth it since SF was winning mid lane anyway. He was doing fairly okay. So this gang they wouldn't have lost their Lion. Neither would have the Radiant lost Venomancer, and Venomancer is far ahead than what Lion is. And Lion does need that basic goal to get at least a boot of speed to survive in the lane because that's one of his potential items. So yep, goes down. OD coming in, probably Astral, whatever. He'll back out, take some intelligence, go away, sit back and farm. In the meanwhile, Weaver at the middle lane just farming away. Does not have much gold for some odd reason. That is Weaver's boots of speed, but okay. Anyway, SF does not get this rune since Weaver does manage to pick it up. Lion level 4, once he does gain more momentum and once he reaches 6 and gets his finger of death, which is really a potential move. Slark's landing 2 out of the ground, but it is almost level 6, so can survive once he's level 6 with ease. Top lane, Tuskar probably dives a Windrunner and then dies. Hex and Impale come as a Venomancer, but in the meanwhile there was an Envy Weaver at the bottom who picks off the Lion, and that was alright. I mean, generally they shouldn't make a go onto the opponent heroes when they are so far behind. They should play a little more safe, get some more levels, probably get some more basic items that could be beneficial to them, and then make a move which probably might have got them more returns. But in such a scenario, even if the Weaver wasn't there, Lion probably would have still died. So that was a misplay. The DotA teams are behind in this game now. They should play a little safe, get their core items up, and then choose to fight. Because right now, if they go Rambo onto the opponent heroes, they are going to die like how he did right now. Lion still with 50 gold level 4, no boots of speed. Does he have any inventory on him? No inventory on him. Both the teams don't have wards, and that's what I mean. No, the Radiant team has 1 ward. That's what I mean to say, like, this game won't have much of pulling, much of creep equilibrium and managing and ganking, a lot of that, since it's not only a low level game. So I mean, I'm getting what I expected to get from the game. Dagger, jump onto Tuskar. He should have hexed him now since Hex has longer range. Now, for all the people that don't know, again, a very important fact. Lion's Hex has, I'm not sure if it's mentioned, but a cast range of the Lion's Hex is much more than the cast range of an Impale. So if you cannot reach a hero that is a single target with an Impale, try to go for a Hex and you probably could Hex him, which slows his movement speed, which could get you closer to him and probably target an Impale as well, getting off 2 disables. And if Lion did do that on the Tuskar right now, probably he could have died. Windrunner didn't manage to miss a power shot, but he still did have a shackle online and his power shot would cool on again. So probably that could have been a confirmed kill. Lion hexes Tuskar but misses the Impale. The disables are over, but there were 3 heroes on the side of the Dire. Juggernaut does have his Omni Slash as well online, so they could make a go soon. Lion, I feel bad for this Lion, man. I really feel bad for this Lion. As solo supporting, getting owned, not having gold to purchase boots of speed. I felt that, but luckily only a few times. Slark pouncing onto Weaver in the meanwhile. So I missed that. I want to see what happened there. Okay, there are no creeps. A direct Omni Slash coming out. Lion does follow with a Hex and Impale, but possibly dies. So once Windrunner dies, he should have just hexed the Juggernaut and backed out, shouldn't have turned for an Impale. I'm not saying he would have 100% survived in that situation, but he might have survived if he just hexed Juggernaut and ran, so that they could not make a move on him. Because Windrunner was already dead. So instead of losing 1, they did lose 2. And these small mistakes might just seem stupid or non-valuable, but at the end it is giving the Radiant team gold, it is giving them experience, and it is reducing your goal when you have no goal, but it is reducing it even more. It has been 11 minutes into the game and the Lion does have only 70 goal and no boost of speed, so that is really painful. He's not in level 6 till now. I'm shocked Venomancer has gone for the 4-2-0-1 build. Normally you go for a 1-1-4-1 build because having wards at an early level and maxing them is really powerful. 3 heroes again at the bottom lane, and I do not think this is the right move. I think these 3 heroes should sit back and just farm. That would really be very beneficial. There's no chance they can really take a big fight. But let's see. I really don't know what's going to happen next, so yeah. Shadow Fiend going for the typical Yule's build. Okay, initiation coming out. Okay, there's a mistake that I spotted that could have probably. So now the Phantom Assassin did jump with a dagger and blink strike on the Venomancer. He did get astraled, but he did put a lot of damage to the Venomancer. In the meanwhile, Slug comes in with a Shadow Dance and probably will right now punch the Venomancer trying to pick him off. On the unfortunate side of things, while all this is happening, Venomancer's ultimate cools down in a second, which is going to probably create problems in this fight. He already has used Gale on the Mortar. Mortar probably will go down for sure. Slug, I'm really not sure about it because of the damage outputs. Whereas Lion made a very big mistake out here. Out here, when you're far behind, I'd rather confirm kills than get 2 kills. So instead of hexing the Outworld Devourer, if he had gone towards a Venomancer and preferably hexed him with an Impale and finished him off before he casts any more spells, this could be a 3-for-1 exchange, but let's see how this pans out to be. Coming in pounds, Venomancer does ulti, hits a Mortrid Slug. Outworld ultis, gets the Mortrid completely down. Slug also falls. Out here, an Impale will do 100 damage. Slug, his normal damage is 69. I really think at this point, even if he eats the Impale, gets Impale damage and turns around and fights the Lion, he could probably kill the Lion because Lion. But okay, never mind. Lion just became level 6 and he does have Finger of Death. So in this situation, Lion should quickly skill Finger of Death and probably finger the Outworld Devourer and he should die. 600 damage at level 1. He has only 300 minus whatever magic resistance you all want to. It's not even 50% magic resistance, so this should be a dead Outworld Devourer right now. He should really skill. That's a mistake that people do make, honestly. When they do get a level up, they sometimes in a gank, they sometimes don't notice it, and that level up could be really a game-changing level up. This kill would have got him a lot of solo experience. What is 306? So he is on a killing spree right now. He would have got more gold because of the killing spree. So that would really boost Lion's game up, and honestly, I really do not think he would do that. So let's see. Impale coming in, he doesn't have any mana anymore, even if he skills FoE, so he does skill FoE, but that Impale did reduce his mana, so he could not do much. There are small things that really matter about taking your skill points, choosing what skills to use when, depending on the mana cost. Juggernaut coming from behind could probably just walk in and only the Lion and probably kill him off, unless he turns on Impales or hexes him. Okay, he hexes one but does not have any boost of speed. Still making a move, creeps are there, I don't think he will. Okay, Lion just survives. So he did buy a Ring of Protection, which if I'm not wrong is 200 gold, so that just reduces his chances of getting a boost of speed. A jump coming in with a Fury. Out there, Lion didn't have any mana either way, so that gank would not be possible. Mana Drain Outworld Devour was really pointless since he has his maxed. He has his maxed level in Essence Aura. This Ring of Protection purchase was a mistake. Lion has 200 gold currently in his pool. He could have picked up the bounty for himself since he's very far behind. So that 200 plus this 200 is 400. Farming one creep getting 50 gold would confirm his boot of speed, and that what he should have really 10 minutes back. It's really an important item. I think now just finger up that he should get some items faster. He could go and impale FoD people with ease. Let's see. Tosca in the middle lane. They are chasing the Weaver apparently, who does use Sukuchi but dies. That's whatever. Lion walking in. He is too slow. Everyone has boots of speed apart or face boots or some upgraded boots in this game except him. Being a slight problem, they do jump on Tuska, who uses Snowball, but probably will still die. He could pick up the Mortar if he uses all his spells correctly right now. And one more spell, Mortar does go down, so yeah, that's normal. Finger of that coming in, finally gets him 800 gold, so he does complete his Tranquil Boots. So many being used. One more raise and one more shot, but that was a magic stick popped to save himself. Normal players coming in. So at least now Lion does have a Tranquil Boots, can probably move around faster. SF completes his Yules. Not really a very fast Yules, but it's fine. Not really problematic. Lion is walking to base, huh? He has mana drain, he could mana drain neutral creeps, gain some mana back in the meanwhile, call the courier just to save some time, get some more experience, get some more farm up. All these small things might really not seem very fascinating, very valuable, but at the end of the time, they are really valuable. They do make a lot of change in the game. Let's see where this Lion plans to TP. Where are you gonna go? He does TP at the top lane. Shadow Fiend does have a Yule, so could help Lion come closer. Weaver on the other side just walks by, and yeah, I mean, having solo support is getting raped to afford really sentries and everything. Not easy job. Windrunner almost has a mech, so I think he could really help the Lion in supporting a little, and there's no harm in helping a support. I mean, there are times when mid heroes do buy observers or sentries just to help the support when they are getting like really dominated badly. Juggernaut still has 25 seconds for Omni, but can scare the opponents with ease since they are really far ahead. They are choosing to make a gank, if I'm not wrong. SF gets spotted. That should miss. Yes. Let's see what's happening. 30 seconds to FoD, he can't get much done. Probably a Hex and an Impale coming. He did die to OD's ulti since OD has 4 stuff and intelligence power threads. Not really he could do much out there. I mean, positioning does play an important role, but out there he was just plain dead. Some things are just how they are. I don't think SF should turn. But okay, he is planning to turn, so he can turn and just cast 2 rays and probably kill Weaver. Nobody misses 1 raise and probably might fall now. Nah. Lion back into the fight again, TPing top, does have FoD and could probably finger one of the heroes and kill him off just to get some more experience. This Weaver. Finger him, come on. Too far? Okay, so on the SF. Just to spam all his spells to finish him off. I don't think he can kill a Juggy. Juggy does use drums to run away. He has face boots as well. Moderate going on him, but Lion has no mana. I don't think they should overextend on this skill anymore. But he's a ballsy player. Yes, he is. He's going for it. Could get Astral, could even die. But nah, he doesn't have. He has only mana for a dagger now and just backs out. Right now, Lion did the correct thing by just backing out, realizing that what his teammate was doing wasn't really valid. So he decides to back out and probably go back to his lane and get some EXP, which he really needs. Lion completes his magic wand, and that's really fine. I mean, going for a Tranquil Boots and a magic wand as a skill build for Lion, I mean, as your item build for Lion is really helpful. And always, in my opinion, you should follow it by a Blink Dagger and no other item because that just helps the mobility in Lion. You can blink Hex a target, impale him, finger him, and help your team initiate a gank. with real ease with that Bring Dagger. And I really find him one of the strongest supports in the game once he has that Bring Dagger. I mean, having 2.52 second impale, which is AoE, a completed 4-second disable when his hex is maxed out, and you have mana drain and a nuke, which does a hell lot of damage and is also scepter upgradable. So I think he's the perfect support. The only problem he has, he is too weak, but I think if he was made stronger, he would be first picked every game because his support is really strong. Dire structures being fortified, they could really force a gang, the Radiant side, and probably even win it with ease. This game is looking really sad for the Dire team. I mean, I don't know what they can do what they can do easily to make a move. Like I said before, they have to sit back, farm, get called items, but they choose to fight a lot in this game. Power mech. Basic stuff. Shadow Blade on Venomancer, then spam his ultimate, okay. That's really an old school, and that is a build that people use in low MMR, and I won't lie about it. Shadow Blade Venomancer, At least he did place. That was good placing on Observer. That was a good shackle as well, but they cannot do much out of it. He could come ahead and just Omni the Wind Ranger, but a good impale coming out followed by FoE. One raise, okay. Again, a misplay coming out there. Honestly, there's a Shadow Fiend now. Let's just go back and give a fight. Not a fight recap, but yeah. Out here. Juggernaut was literally on 174 HP. One raise does 325 damage. So one raise would probably pick him off. He was in the hex form, so that does reduce his armor, everything like that. Instead of using him, if he just casted his C raise, he would have probably killed the Juggernaut, and then they could have re-engaged this fight after going back. Lion does not have any mana, so I don't know what he could do. He should just back out right now since he can't mana drain anyone in the middle of the fight without dying. Anyways, so yeah, he gets Yule's, Seraphine casts his ultimate, gets stopped, he furies. Meanwhile, Lion does run back, and that was the perfect play by him. He does not get OD's ultimate on him. Tries to steal mana, but gets hit by Venomancer's ultimate. He should not be going ahead, he should be backing out at this instant, but is still choosing to walk towards them. He can survive if he moves back right now. He has no mana, so he could not do much. He does have the mortar. In fact, I tried to blink on him by moving towards him, which I really did not realize at that time, but probably does take a fall at the same time with one more shot. Yeah. I mean, that was already at that moment it was fine because he went in range for mortar to blink on him, and then mortar could survive. So that was a fair enough move from his part coming out there. Meanwhile, Slug jumping on. Slug probably dies out here, but gets OD. Okay, normal plays. Lion at only 500 gold, and I think I am going to just fast forward this a bit. Yes, he's back alive. For people are thinking why I'm concentrating on Lion, because Lion is the replay submitter, RatZ. So, and he has asked me to talk about himself and not about something specific, and that's what I'm going to do for every replay analysis from now onwards. I'd rather talk about the person rather than everything else. So Shackle on Illusion. Stuska standing in Shadow Amulet, cheeky plays. Lion on the other side. Okay, Venomancer getting Yule's. Thank God you don't have your ultimate, or you might have casted that as well. The next item, I mean, that's one thing good. Lion has been completely dominating this game. He's 2-8. He does not have the best of stats possible, but yet he is not stopping warding. He's continuously warding, giving his team vision. He had mentioned that email that he sent me that he did get flamed a lot in this game, but even though he had got flamed, he kept his spirits high and is playing like a proper support. Meanwhile, gangs happening. Juggernaut does survive unless a power shot hits him. Yeah, that's normal. The Radiant team have a very good Roshan lineup with Juggernaut's ward. Initiation might just be taking place. They went on the creep for God knows what reason. Gale also missing a hit, but he can use that back. Shadow Fiend probably should fall. Impale FoE finishing off Venomancer as normal. I mean, they should back out right now since they are very low. We were cleaning up the mess. Sokuchi? No? No? Okay. Weird plays. He does not want to get more kills. They should completely back out right now and re-engage when they have spells again. And they should keep doing this. Group up as 4 or 5 heroes when they have their spells. Get a pick off, go back, and that really is very beneficial. Taking some mana. Full HP. He has 600 gold, 1500 away from a Blink Dagger if he chooses to make that. This game is just a normal casual game going on right now. Nothing great is happening. Bounty rune at bottom, haste rune at top. No one has contested Roshan. They do have Arcane Orb and a Juggernaut's healing ward if necessary, which is only level 1, so that's a different build coming out. That's an old school build. I mean, Roshan is really easy since you have Tusker who can tank a little. Invi hero. So these two are the only people on Envy. I'm not going to concentrate on every gank possible because that's obvious. He's going to impale, he's going to hex him, and then he's going to Subuchi out. Unless a shackle shot or a Yule's game followed by an ultimate. 4, 5, 8, 9. It's okay. That's fine. We're going to choose to max win run over power shot. So personal choices. Mortal going for the old Battle Furies build. I'm not sure if it's really good or really bad because he could also go for a rush BKB and probably be a part of the team fight since the Radiant is very aggressive. So I think a BKB out here would have been much better. Lion coming, getting impaled, caught up by Tusker, poor guy is dead. 2 for 0, and that not going to do anything because Tusker came in invisibility, so people just thought just Juggernaut alone. But then again, Juggernaut alone can do a lot of damage as well, so whatever. Let's see what's going ahead.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Everyone just sitting and trying to farm. SF TPing out, going where? The middle lane could make a move. They do have an observer ward on the high ground here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom tower falling to the cart. Cart plays. See. Okay, I just ward though. RatZ scam. Juggernaut does Fury Showdowns. I don't think Juggernaut should die out here unless he has a blink. Yeah. Yule's coming in. Hex. Uses Impale Hex together, which shouldn't be used. He could have just hexed him out there and didn't have to expend his FoE as well. I mean, okay, as a Lion, you're desperate for kills. You want the kills with your finger of that no matter what. At that point, he could just use an Impale with his team following up with some more damage. So that would have been much more beneficial. Hmm. 9,000 gold away. Tusker walking in envy, gets impaled, hex, could fall by one raise, a normal shot, yep. Good play sentry ward by Lion, at least he is planting sentries, getting more vision since he can see 3 envy heroes. OD ultis or no ultis, Lion dies. Unless no one hits him. If nobody hits him, he'll survive. Sakuchi, one more normal shot landed, yeah. So Venomancer's ulti cannot kill any hero in a game unless it is followed by either a Venomous Gale, a shot by Orb of Venom, which very unlikely is the case, also otherwise a shot by Venomancer or his walls, since it does proc the second spell of his. And without those spells, Venomancer can't really kill only with his ultimate. So a basic tip for people. Shadow Dance is still on, so Juggernaut can't kill Slack with Omni Slash.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Did I just see an Omni Slash? Yes, an Omni Slash using Slark when he does a Shadow Dance. So expected, but that happens at a Raw MMR game. People don't realize that, okay, if I use my Omni Slash, he can use a Shadow Dance, he can evade everything. I'll just waste my ultimate on that hero. So something should be realized. 1000 gold away from a dagger. He could get Astral out there and probably moved on to, but no. Probably OD was out of range. He does have a lot of ATOS which could have used on him. The Rod of ATOS or the Rod of RV has a lot of range anyway. Blinken by the SF. Some ballsy play. Some ballsy play. Lion should break that scrub off him. Ward being placed. RatZ is placing his wards down. Radiant do have wards that are probably phasing out in maximum minute, one in 10 seconds or right now, and one in a minute near the rush a bit. It's been 30 minutes of this game, and both the teams have really powerful heroes. I mean, Moderate SF could go for Roshan. Juggernaut, OD could go for Roshan, OD, Tuska could go for Roshan, and they could steal off really quickly without the enemy team even realizing, which they haven't done. We were moving towards a Lincoln, which he should have had by now. Lion getting closer to a dagger, just needs 700 more gold. I'm really not sure if he makes it, but that should be the first priority item on any Lion, in my opinion, of course. Let's see. This game, nothing great is happening. Let's fast forward it a bit. I'm gonna watch the map. Everyone's just farming away in the NCs. Nothing really fascinating happening. There's a gank happening at the bottom lane. Slark on the Slark, he survived, probably pounced and a Shadow Dance. I really don't need to throw every gank that's happening. And then right now gank again might take place. SM might, I don't know, blink in before, he could blink in again. Blinken coming in and uses himself by mistake. That shackle wasn't supposed to happen. But in the meanwhile, RatZ does use a finger of that early on and gives someone else a kill. He just wants to confirm and get killed, so that's perfect play by him. He needs 600 away from a blink. SF blink use happen sometimes. I mean, you do make misplays, so that was okay. Luckily, that shackle did manage to latch a tree and get them a secured kill. I shouldn't be waiting there. Juggernaut does make a Battle Fury. But these MMR, I mean, people don't go the new build like a MOM Basher build, MOM Yasha Battle, SNY build, or Scepter build rush. People generally go the old school Battle Fury and they can farm more and then kill more. So these games are more farm oriented than you would want them to be. Everyone back to farming, and let's go ahead and see what happens again. Moving to the NCs, two heroes in Windwalk. They are moving to the Lion. Don't turn. Lion is there. He does get a Hex and an Impale, but Walrus Punch, and he dies to snowballs. So yeah, SF has failed his ulti multiple times and does miss his Razor there as well. Too many misplays in one game. Too many misplays. I mean, SF shouldn't miss his ulti. He shouldn't do for such a far range. Lion out there was pretty much dead. He couldn't really do much. Shadow should survive if he, I mean, should, yes, he should, but 2 seconds of bounce, 2 seconds, 1 second, and bounce, yes. Wind run away. Oh, you already used your mech. Bottle, that's all he could do to survive out there. I mean, Lion couldn't survive out there. He didn't have any vision of them coming up. I'm not sure from where they exactly shadow bladed, but if they did shadow blade from somewhere here, then he should have seen them. Otherwise, but it's still hard. It's a lion's life, the life of a lion. Let's see what's gonna happen now. Again, let's go fast forward it a bit. Everyone's farming, plants planting wards, basic stuff. Plants are ward in the jungle to scout out more gangs. Has 900 gold and they are moving towards top. Let's see what happens out here now. Tusker is in Shadowblade. He does scout out the line and could make an easy pickoff even before the gang starts. But if I'm not wrong, there's a sentry ward there. Impale FoE coming on the outward door before the gank even starts, but land does die. I'm gonna pause it out there just to say one thing. There was an outward door standing right here, and Land just randomly comes and Impale fingers him before the gank even starts, thinking that in his head that, okay, I'll Impale FoE now, my job is done, I've done the damage I'm supposed to on one of the main heroes, so my team should be satisfied. But on the other hand, if Lion stayed slightly far behind, came in with the Impale, a Hex, went out, came again with an Impale and a Hex after its cooldown, then fingers someone, he could have provided more utility to the gank than just an Impale Hex FoE on one direct hero and dying. Because his disable is really strong, and let me just calculate this. 4 second Hex, 12 second cooldown at the maximum level. 2.5 second stun, 12 second cooldown, so both the skills cooldown 12 seconds. He can come back and use this combination directly again, which would be beneficial in a gank, getting 4 disables and a finger of death. So I think positioning should be far more behind than what he should do, because he's very weak and few shots of any hero on the opposite side will really pick him off. Probably when one's ulti coming in, they win this gang, probably get this tower. The 3 dead, they could get a RatZ also even if they choose to. Unless Banana waste time, which now you cannot. So yeah, it's going on. Basic plays, getting stunned, furied. Juggernaut could just hit him normal shots since he's a Battle Fury and much more damage than his Blade Fury. Why are they going back? It's only a Slark alive. What is damage the tier 3 tower top lane? Okay, only the outward door went back. Juggernaut is going mad on the tower. Don't chase Slark, just mega it. Yes, it's easy mega. Juggernaut 400 away from Scepter. SF, like always, is leading in last. He should be because he's a Shadow Fiend. 2 race can kill anything. Free racks. Land can't do anything to save this racks either way. 37 minutes. Land does not have much, but he is having a hard game. He is 5-12 in this game, so.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yule's raise with a Hex coming in. 1200 gold, he does have wards, top maker was lost, so that's all some basic stuff happening. And nothing much in detail I can talk about, since that's what normal Dota is. You kill heroes, you go take their towers, take their racks, win the game. And that's how normal Dota pans out. Slark jumping on the Weaver just has to bounce out since he was scared of the enemy heroes being there, but it would be only a 1-on-1 matchup and probably would go in the favor of Slark since Land was around. Juggernaut could pick up a double damage rune but decides to give it to Outward. Wow, why would he do that when he has an Omni Slash that is so powerful? Interesting choice. OD gets a refresher orb, a lot of damage in gangs, random poor man shield on the ground. Roshan? Do you want to take Roshan? It's really an easy one. Guess like no. Sentry ward being put, dewarding number Lion, some good plays coming out by him, that's really nice. Denying every vision possible, and he does plant an observer on a different spot, that's even better, so dewarding really becomes a slightly harder task. Jungle fight, Omni Slash. So wait, let's just go back. Before this gang starts, this gang should go in favor of out here. As seen before, Juggernaut does Omni the Wind Ranger before his shackle even leaves, and Outward Devour at the same time Ash kills him. causing a full Scepter Omni battle tree being wasted on nothing. After which, Lion coming in, impaling Juggernaut, hexing him with the Finger of Death. Outer Devour uses a Refresher Orb and double ulti on a BKB Slark, so not much was done. SF using a Requiem just to damage a little. A beautiful Shackle hitting two heroes and probably should kill both of them right now. Lion in the meanwhile in the size of the gang, Weaver did not notice him or could pick him off. Slark might just go down but pounces and survives. Lion has no mana, normal shotting the Weaver. He does pass to a sentry ward out here placed by the Lion, which does finally pick him off. So they could really scout his rotations because of the sentry ward, which was really one of the crucial things for killing a Weaver out there. So that gang finally, one of the gangs going in favor of the Dire, making Lion just 200 gold away from a Blink Dagger. Coming in from this battle, let's see what's happening. Pushed tower, moved at least like 15 seconds, 30 and 8. They cannot take the stacks, but they can prefer to damage it as much as possible. Always get some outcomes and clear some objectives once every gank is won. If you do win a gank and there are no objectives that you planned were fulfilled, then winning the gank is really a waste. You do get more gold, you get more experience, but you don't get a tower, you don't get Roshan, you don't get anything eventually from the game. They did damage the tower to half. None should run. Why was he even there? Nah. As soon as the enemy heroes respawn, they should have ran. A lovely Impale coming out, hitting two people, helping his team to survive. They're backing out now. He purchases a Blink Dagger, so all good stuff happening in this game right now. There wasn't really many misplays out there. I could change. The only thing that could be changed was Windrunner probably not consuming his full ulti at the tower and probably just running back would probably help him survive. Mortar 75 gold away from a BKB. I mean, okay, he won't get hit by Arcane Orbs, he won't get hit by Venomancer, but Juggernaut is still doing a lot of damage. Weaver's doing a lot of damage, so let's see how that pans out to be in this game. Venomancer moving to the Scepter and he's like, no, has a Scepter, he just should buy the Ogre Axe. Refresher up. What is he trying to make? Orchid? Refresher. He could make an Orchid for Slark if he does that. It is like decently smart enough or whatever, but let's see. I wouldn't be shocked if he got for a Refresher also, because I think Orchid and Refresher are the only two options with his stash inventory. Mortal jumping. Will they get him? Will they get him? Yules. He should have waited for the Impale. Now, I'm not sure this tip always works, but it has worked with me. If SF goes and Yule someone in a gank, then Lion can just press his W key or whatever his hex key is and keep clicking on the Yule's target. So when he comes down, he'll immediately be hexed no matter what. That would probably confirm the kill. And he shouldn't have used an Impale prematurely because that just uses up his spell, does nothing with it. Because chain stunning at a low MMR, out of all honesty, is really a hard task to do. People even at the range of 4,000 to 5,000 MMR at that range don't clearly chain stun because sometimes missing a chain stun could turn very, very disastrous. So that's why if you cannot chain stun, rather do it a easier way out. Let's see now if they do manage to get him in any way. Yeah, he survives. His team was there ready to help him out if needed. Planting wards of provision. Shadow Pager Venomancer in the game, running around. I think this gives Lion, if he manages that to get some other item, I think a Force Staff would be good, or a Yules or even a Ghost Scepter. Because he does need survivability, he does need escape mechanism, and he needs to help his team out. So yeah. Juggernaut spotted. Omni Slash with the Scepter. Shadow answers after taking a lot of damage. But that was shared among two to three heroes, so probably going down, casting an FoE from long range just to confirm the kill. Out here. Okay, it just got bugged. Outroll Devourer using his ultimate and a refresher. They should completely back out now. I mean, Requiem was not, off cooldown. Lion has no spells, so they should have backed out, but instead they did manage to lose a Wind Ranger who decided to stay there. Some mistakes like that keep happening at Solo MMR. They do plan to go for the SF. SF going for Crystallis and into a Deadless probably. Now, even though I'm not concentrating on SF, but since I do play him a lot and I do play this build as well a lot, the main problem about going this build with SF is survivability. I mean, you have a Yules and a Blink to survive, but you can get crushed down with ease since you have only 1480 HP. Sorry about that. So the best option in my opinion would be making a Skadi on him, since you get plus 20 stats because you have two ultimate orbs, you get few HP, little HP from the point booster you purchase. That really boosts your HP up to a really high level, which will make your survive ganks easy, and that provides a decent amount of damage. So a combination of getting damage and HP and more survivability and even slowing your opponents to catch them up, I think Skadi is one of the best options for a Shadow Fiend who does go for the Yule's Blink. A few drops of my drink, some energy drink. In the meanwhile, let's see if this gang does not go in the favor of the Dire, then they probably lose the game, but there's still a lot of replay left, so yeah, they won't lose it so soon. That means probably they win a gank. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Lion shouldn't walk close enough for the walls because the walls could disable his blink like now, and that too does for quite some time. SF has full souls. Scarabs in spam for vision. Just normal players coming in. Lion does have a blink dagger, so he can help his team initiate ganks rather than SF blinking in Rambo. Mortred has BKB Battle Fury, so he could be a part of every gank now. Let's see. Shadowblade Desolator going towards an MKB, really good to be against Mortred since you miss a lot on Mortred. SF farming with his raised Lion, walking ahead but probably would die if he did choose to go more ahead. Net worth is OD right now, but last hits I think should be still SF. Sorry, the skills, last hits is still SF. SF is on top of last hits, but OD on top of net worths. But now it is Slark shockingly. So yeah, they are getting a lot of momentum again. Gold graph and experience. Wow, okay, so the team net worth is in favor of Dire, but the experience is right now almost even, slightly favoring the Dire. Yules coming in, one ultimate taking SF down by 1000 HP. At least they do beta one ultimate from the Outroll Devourer, if nothing else. Always good. All SF has to do is go back, heal, come back into the fight, and probably can execute a gank now since OD does not have an ultimate and one hell of a burst damage has gone down. Ogreax probably is going for a BKB. Let's see. Lion 300 gold, continuously doing what a support does, buying observers, buying sentries, buying dust of appearances. So normal support plays, Wind Ranger trying shackles from far range, wind running to survive. Let's see now. Shackle latches, he could have gone for a blink and got 2 in the impale. Hex coming out, and that's a melee range ultimate. He did not need it though for killing the Juggernaut, but still, as long as they got the kill, it's really beneficial. Lion is level 15, one level away from level 16. I think a 4-star right now would be beneficial since he could help his teammates 4-star them in or out or even make himself survive in very tense situations. Juggernaut is dead. Outrider did use one ultimate of his, which he did refresh to get back, so they could really go for a gank. In the meanwhile, they do pick up Venomancer, a blink in, and the damage coming out from Outrider. If he did have one more refresh ultimate right now, he could have got a double kill, at least on the SF and the Lion, since the other two heroes were in BKB, but they did get 3 heroes nonetheless, and this could be a easy tower for them. Skadi shot, he'll Sukuchi out, run. No? Okay, that was fun fucking weird play, unless Sukuchi DC'd. So, all I can assume is Weaver did DC in that engagement, and now he will disconnect soon. He'll get tier 2 tower, chip off again at the tier 3 tower, and while running back again, maybe one will die, because that's what happened at the bottom lane. This tower is damaged by around 1129, if I'm not wrong. They actually can just directly back out. Interesting. So this time, not only little damage on the tower, they blink out. This is one major mistake about Roshan. Both the lineups have a really good Roshan lineup. Shackles can be used to take down Roshan and stuff like that. And it's been 48 minutes and not even one Roshan has fallen. So, irrespective of you being at a low MMR or a high MMR, Roshan plays a major priority. Getting that Age of Immortality can clearly turn a gank for you and probably make this game, which is a probably losing game, go for a winning game. Yes, and we did DC, that's why he didn't use a Sukuchi. Why are they not taking Immortal? We were still dead right now. They can't win a gank qualify against you all. Take Roshan, get Age, probably get stronger in this game and make a comeback. They did win a gank, but nonetheless, Weaver was already DC'd, so I'm not going to comment on the gank much because it could have gone the other way around. SF does complete his deadlift, so he is farmed. Okay, so nothing is happening. Let's fast forward it. At the base, sitting, pause down. Weaver's DC, they're waiting for Weaver right now. I'm not sure for how long. We were reconnected, game resumed, they're still in their base roaming around, and there might be a gank soon enough. Like, I'll just stop it now. So yeah, everyone is grouped up together. Lion has a shot warding, that's really good. He is putting some defensive wards since he does need them. Aggressive wards are not always beneficial in every game. I mean, in some games when you are falling back, you do need to protect your team, so you do get defensive wards. Juggernaut going for a refresher orb with a Percy and an Oblivion Staff. 2 double Omni. Interesting builds. Meanwhile, Lion with a Blink Dagger, 1200 gold, should probably save. Get some more. I mean, don't use his gold and get buyback. Mortis standing on low ground for some odd reason could really cause his death. Wind Ranger on the top lane has a TP. Has a mech, but he's dead. One Walrus punch coming. Stupid plays. In the meanwhile, I already missed this gank completely, and Lion was involved in it, so I have to watch it. Where when it arrives, SF blink in, he waits so long for his ultimate, which was followed by a double ultimate directly falling on Lion, causing his death. He shouldn't have blinked into that battle, and SF is not using his Yule's combo even slightly well. And I mean, okay, unless Slark is going man mode. He's killing. But then he dies. So that's a 4-4-2 exchange. Mortis having a very low HP. So in that gank, if Juggernaut did manage to survive, this would have been game. Anyways, SF is really playing horribly this game, and I'm not meaning to being offensive or anything, but if he does cast his use ulti and it keeps on missing, he needs much more practice on that. Also, while he does that, he is staying at a distant range between him and the Yule's target, so not causing him to do maximum damage via his ultimate. Not really that strong, in my opinion, not really strong at all. And Lion shouldn't have blinked at all out there. He did blink to the battle, I think casted an Impale and a Hex, and then got double ulti on him, which caused his death. I'm not sure he got to use his finger of that as well, which would really at least take down one hero if nothing else. Again, people are back in their lanes just farming away, and this is one thing what I mean to say is You really won't expect much out of a 2500 MMR game, to be really frank. Like, Lion might die now if he gets snowball on, but decides to blink out, so they might go for Windrunner. He does get caught. Lion with an Impale, Hex coming in, but he does fall because a Gale and a Venom's ulti hits him, which is level 3. At least he knows he's going to die, so he turns around and finger of death the opponent hero. If they do lose this gank, it's probably game over. Omni Slash coming on. Slark in the meanwhile of the battle going in. 3 heroes dead for Dire, but Slark pounding onto the Tusker. 1 more hero dead. They are going to the Juggernaut now. He has stolen agility, so he is killing. Okay, interesting. Man fight a Slark, give him more stats damage, and then let him take you down with ease. So, anyways, coming back to my point, this game is a 2500 bracket game. So, I really could not expect much. I would normally talk in general about how pulls matter in the game, how creep equilibrium matters, and a lot of other mechanics in this game that could come into play at a higher level of a game, because you do not see Trillian actions, you do not see proper supports being like a 2 support, 1 offlane, 1 mid, 1 carry lineups, and we do not see people doing things correctly and normally, as always. Like, it's somewhat expected, so I really do not have any high expectations from this game. So what I'm seeing, I'm not really shocked by what I'm seeing. Is some at that level of a game, people fairly don't understand the game at a high level, so they do make many mistakes that they shouldn't have made, that you would think are stupid mistakes, but from their part they might not have realized that their mistakes would have been stupid. So how are they going to jump on this? It looks like Blinken. Okay, no, he just goes to ward. Now, okay, that Venomancer's wards were downhill out here, and I mean, this is a tip which is for everyone. It's not, it really won't work in low level games, to be honest, because if in low level games you go and ward in front of someone, also he might not realize, but in a decent level game, if the Lion did walk up till here, I just placed the ward, there would have been a moment where one of the enemy fighters would have clicked on Lion, see one of those wards disappear, realize that there's a ward placed directly uphill at the cliff, and probably call for sentry and immediately dewarded it. So, against any team or anyone that is slightly alert, you should not place a ward when you're in vision, because there is like a 50% chance that you are going to get scouted while doing that, and which will really be problematic for you. Going ahead, let's see. Normal place coming in. Looks like there's not much left of this game anyway, so let's see. Apparently the Dire don't lose a game, so probably is one massive gang coming to GG. Blink, Impale, Mana Drain, Finger. Now this is what a Lion shouldn't be doing. Yes, I can jump in, I can blink, I can impale, I can hex, I can finger of death, but where's the backup? Now let's see, Lion is here, Windranger is here, Juggernaut can kill both of them alone. But Shadow Fiend is out here and Slark is out here, who is not even close by. So I think Lion out there should generally wait, let his team come closer and then initiate, because he is not the person who can do the maximum damage. His carries being Slark and Shadow Fiend can provide much more damage than he can, even though he has a finger of death. Now this is going to probably cause Lion to die, and if this Omni Slash also triggers onto Windranger, he could also die as well, since it's a Scepter ultimate. This gang already looks bad from the start. I mean, an Omni Slash use is fine. He probably has his refresher on, so he could get an Omni Slash again. He's going to fall low, could use a healing water to heal himself up unless he gets Abyssal by Slark. Shadow Fiend is really far away. Even the allied members of the Radiant side are far away, but Venomancer can still blink in an ultimate, so a lot of possibilities in this gang. But however, this looks like a bad start of a gang for the Dire team. Juggernaut does use his refresher but falls down. Misplay coming in by just going in like that and using a refresher. He might have just put down a healing ward and got some HP back. So yeah, this gang I think were heavily wrong, but yeah, it slightly favored them since the Dallas had got into position. 4-on-4, no Lion, no Moderate. I think this would be a good time to fight for them, but now Snowball, Shadow Blade, Snowball, and using his Walrus Punch just to damage him a bit. Viva should be able to get him with a Sukuchi, and this should be a really easy kill, not a problem at all. Venomancer uses ultimate. Misplace coming in. BKB being used. Yes, it's a good BKB actually. He could have got Hex or stuff like that, so that BKB actually helped him survive. Slark standing behind, trying to come in from behind. Lion will spawn in 10 seconds, not much to do. Where is Shadow Fiend? Shadow Fiend has buyback? No, he should sell his bottle so he can confirm a buyback at least. So having 2 lives on a gank is always beneficial, and keeping buyback in the later game phases is a very plus point. When we rune bottom, no one really cares, whatever, just a rune. Wow, ballsy play coming up from SF, just randomly blinks into enemy lines. Slark gets Hex, but Shadow does. A Yule's coming in. SF channeling his ultimate, but nonetheless he falls. Land coming with a good impale. He does have Finger of Death, and he does use it on OD. OD does fall after casting both his ultimates. Moderate does go down to Weaver and Venomancer. Venomancer does cast his ulti on the Slark, who should go down. If he just casts his ward on the high ground, Slark does fall. Anyways, that's 3 heroes down. Moderate does buyback. Slark, they can't catch him out, they can't kill him, they should stop chasing him, they should move towards mid, clear the creeps, probably clear objectives. I mean, that was a really good impale coming out from the line out there. It was beneficial, but they were too far behind, and SF is just playing out of his mind in a very bad way. Slark picking off some kills with his Abyssal, with some bashes. Omni Slash being used, hitting the Slark probably won't get him down, but this might cause Juggernaut's death. How did they lose this game if they are winning half the ganks? 4 heroes down, Venomancer survives, they can make a push towards mid. So maybe a general push of them generally clearing creepers, going ahead. Shadow Blade Venomancer, okay. Fair enough. Venomancer coming in with an ultimate just to harass them off. That's some good play coming. They got an easy kill off. This guy's surely dead. He's not going to survive. Venomancer does use the ultimate blink out, and then Tuskar comes, cleans up a mess. So they do get 1 kill from some misplays. They shouldn't push so much when they see so many heroes alive. Even 3 heroes versus their 2 heroes are pushing, because 1 is top, 1 Lion is at the bot rune, and Wind Ranger just died. So who was missing? Motrid, who I couldn't see the map clearly because he was in base, who apparently went for a Maelstrom. Not a right inventory. Yes, you have to clear creeps to farm your Battle Fury. You don't need a Maelstrom anymore. You'd rather go for maybe a Satanic, maybe you could go for MKB, you could go for a Butter to increase evasion since it does stack and they have a lot of right click damage, so stuff like that would be more beneficial. Wow, the first Roshan, the second I think Roshan of the game, going at the 59-minute mark. Let's see, game going on, they are pushing mid, Slark taking Roshan. In the meanwhile, Roshan does fall down. He has Aegis, they are winning half of the ganks in their base, so let's see what happens. Another BKB pounce and Abyssal are being really good. Omni Slash coming in. Requiem hitting it, clearly no one at all. Juggernaut with a double Omni Slash, picking off 2 heroes with ease. Slug does fall low, still has Aegis, but now will get pounded on. Lion does not use much in that fight. 5 heroes down, Slark respawns, there's a Weaver who is decently farmed, with a Venomancer who has a lot of HP. Can kite him off with ease, they have a lot of survivability, so a lot of invisibility being used by both of them with blinks, slows, etc. to kite the Slark, take him down, and this probably should be game because there's mid being pushed. There are two cards out there doing a lot of damage to this tower. Slug falls down. Should be willing to tank the tower right now. Takes it down. Could directly end the game since all the opponent heroes have really a high respawn timer. He, instead of pushing out so much, he could write A and click on a creep to provide creep aggro towards provide the tower aggro onto a creep. One base tower goes down, second base tower probably will, the same thing probably will happen, and I don't think anything will be changed now. This is game over. Lion isn't base and he can't do anything alone. Lion coming in, blinking. Okay, yeah, 14 gets the viewer off, but this game is over. I mean, really nothing could be done in this game more. The main mistakes were in the early stage being over aggressive when you're far behind, in my opinion, because as a solo support, if you keep dying too often, you won't get the basic items you need, and the basic items are really the most important items for you when you're solo supporting. I really didn't know I could see item drops when the replay does take place, so that's something new for me anyway. Irrespective of that, Lion is 717 in this game. You can see all the stats here. He did die a lot in this game, causing all his gold to go down the drain, and some misplays made him lose gold when he wasn't supposed to go gold, when he wasn't supposed to lose the gold. He did buy early ringer protection that did delay his boot of speed, which might have helped him out in many situations, probably got him more kills or something like that. Honestly, there are a few mistakes here and there that he could improve on, but in such a game, I don't think he was the reason that they lost the game, so I can't blame him. SF did miss many Yule ultis. Windrunner didn't really play well. SF would have been playing well if his Yule ulti connected. He had very low HP since he made a deadless, and not many right clicks were made by him. Slug did play quite well in the team, and I think was the best player in the team. So this game was literally like a 2.5k MMR game. You can't expect much from it. What happened, there were a few mistakes that you expect would happen, there were a few mistakes that you didn't expect would happen. Either ways, it is how the game goes at a low MMR and a high MMR. At a low MMR, they concentrate more on kills, more on fights, more on blaming each other, whereas at a high MMR level, they concentrate on creep equilibrium, pulling, stacking, and how to get back into the game if they're down. So that's a mentality people do have at both the MMRs, whereas that's one thing that has to change. Whereas on the other thing, I think RatZ didn't do really a great job. He did make many mistakes which I pointed out as the game went on. However, some good things that he did were that even though he was getting owned, he did choose always to ward the map, get sentry ward, get dust, help his team out whenever he had the money to. He really lacked money in that game because he was a solo support and did get killed 17 times in the entire game. But however, even though that, he did support well enough in this game. So I think that ends this replay analysis. I mean, I'm really hoping to get more high range MMR replay analysis so I can really talk about laning mechanics, because that really plays an important role in Dota, which many people do not know about. So hoping to get some Trillion versus Trillion action or Trillion versus solo, how to maintain creep equilibrium and stuff like that is really going to be very beneficial. Regardless of that, if anyone out there, if you all want to send a replay to me, feel free to send it at foe.fear.dota2@gmail.com. Or you could also like my page on Facebook, that is Abhishek Fear Rane, or also follow me on Twitch, that is twitch.tv/FoE_fear. I do stream regularly. I am a streamer. I play Dota 2. I used to play competitively. I do cast games here and there, and I'm trying to become an analyst of the game because it's just a passion, and it is to boost the Indian scene right now. So please do send your replays, and if this does become a major success, I will be posting more replay analysis probably every 2 to 3 weeks. Thank you for watching. Do leave your reviews and comments. Your feedback is always appreciated.